We just score 20 points against anybody. And I think Ryan's really good. And I do think that when you're trying to take Mason and Seth out of the game, that it opens it up for a little bit more for Ryan. And that's why Rashid scoring and Quinn scoring will be, big, and have been big so far, but it'll be even bigger as we go forward because people are going to try to take different things away from us. But he stepped up, and he just had the openings and knocked them down. He was on his way to a 35, 40-point game, really, because we would have obviously kept calling his number. I like to do stuff like that.
Coach, with the respect that Mason commands, how much does that improve the spacing for the rest of your team?
Well, we always, I think, over the years, I think we space as well as anybody in the country. Now you hope that the other team sags off a little bit, and so your spacing you can take advantage of that spacing. I think he passed out really well today. We were 11 for 24 from 3, but it seemed like we could have hit about 8 more. They're just wide open, and he has to keep adjusting to it. I think in the second half, though, he played through physicality and was. I didn't think he did that in the first half. I think he kind of let the double team or whatever dictate to him what he was going to do instead of at times dictate to that double team what he was going to do with it. And in the second half, he did that. But having an outstanding player inside is always an advantage.
Mike, 6 turnovers in an ACC game is a pretty exceptional.
Yeah.
Like you talked about your team's ability to.
Well, overall we haven't turned it over that much. We've been pretty good about that, and a big thing in that is Quinn having the ball more. He doesn't turn it over, and then when Tyler's out there with him a lot of times, so then our ball handling is even better. And then Tyler doesn't turn it over that much.
Speaking of the jump shots, if everyone's hitting like they were, is there anything undesirable about this team becoming an early jump shooting team for a half?
I think you take the shots that are there, and as long as they're good shots. I mean, we have confidence. I mean, we're playing Santa Clara last week at this time. If Tyler Thornton doesn't take his wide open threes, the outcome could be different in the game. He had, his 2 threes knocked it open. We'll always shoot the 3 here, but if we can stay established with Mason inside and develop a little bit more of a driving game, and Seth does that in his own little way, and Rashid can do that, and then I think eventually Alex Murphy will be able to do that. He had some good minutes today, and so did Marshall and O'Neal. And the game kind of got disjointed there. We got that 25, 27-point lead. Just for 2 minutes, it was like La La Land or something. I mean, I don't know what the heck was going on there for a while. And but we'll shoot them. We're a good shooting team.
Mike, when you look back to your first couple of 3 years here, and
it's a long time ago.
I understand that. And you had a young team. How difficult was it to convince kids and to remind kids that you're making progress, even though sometimes you don't see it in wins and losses? Kind of sort of like what Jeff is going through right now.
Yeah. Well, I think every coach, whether you're winning, losing, or in the middle, has a hard time convincing their players of where they are at that particular moment in time. We each have our. I'd rather be doing it where I'm doing it than where I had to do it and had to do it again in the 90s. I think you just have to believe in one another, and more so than that, you have to have the support of the people who are behind you, your AD and your president, and where everyone knows that you're all on the same page and you're fighting to develop a program. So, and they have good kids, and they have a chance. They just won 3 games in a row. So, I didn't think they were a down group today. I thought they were up They played hard. You know, they played like a winning team. I thought we beat a winning team today. We didn't beat any downtrodden team. I thought they had good faces, you know, and but it's a long haul. It's a long haul.
Coach, Wake Forest hosted the Skip Prosser Classic on Wednesday. Your thoughts and fondest memories of Skip Prosser?
No, I mean, Skip was just a guy's guy and a coach's coach. You know, he's an outstanding coach, but a really even a better guy, and loved the game and genuine. He's a genuine guy. And I remember going when we were there for his funeral and watching his players. I mean, I'll always remember Chris Paul at that time. He was just so broken up and crying, and you know, obviously he was able to develop amazing relationships with his guys, and you know, I'm glad that they've honored him with that game.
Coach, you mentioned Marshall and Alex Murphy getting some run in there late in the second half. How important is the continued development of your depth going to be down the stretch?
Well, you know, the development of our starters is much more important than the development of our depth, you know, but the development of every player is important, and especially, you know, we are dealing with an injured player in Seth. I know because he's playing, you think everything's good, but he's not, and so he's had gutty performances. And Ryan was hurt, you know, during the holidays, and you know, he tweaked his foot, and so they have to be ready to go. And also for your future, you know, those three kids, you know, Emil, Alex, and Marshall are really good players. You know, they're playing behind three seniors. You know, it's a different dynamic. You know, there's more separation than normal, and that's good. That's why we're 14-0. That's why we've won the best, you know, and so you have to develop your depth and those young guys in a little bit different way with this type of team.
And I know you guys never go on break per se, but with the period of having 10 days rest, 10 days between games is over. What's going to be your biggest challenge going into the meeting?
Well, I don't think it's a challenge. I think it's good. You know, like there aren't any more interruptions. You know, you're in a routine. You got 2 games a week, 2 really good, whether they're home or away, and then it's a long journey. I mean, you know, it's January 5th, and it's a long journey. You know, and we're going to be judged by who we are in March. You know, because I mean, people already have stopped writing about us. You know, I mean, you have to write about the game. I don't care if you write it. I don't either. But you know, it's like Duke being 1 is old. So, you know, we know that. You know, and so I hope you don't write about us for a long time.